Has anybody heard from him?
Yeah, did you see him?
It's nice of you to join us this evening.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Erica York, and we are now joined by Jacob Cope.
Jake Nasty.
Well, he's going to give us a few details on his last game that he played against his opponent, Andrew Hoffman, aka the Wet Dream Nightmare. So, how do you feel about your last victory?
Now, like, I feel personally that it was inevitable, you know? Like, my skill, it just surpasses him, you know? Like, do you know who Kanye West is?
I am familiar.
Yeah, Kanye West, like, he's got you, and then I'm above that, so I'm like above God.
That's quite the standard you hold yourself to.
Andrew's skills like a preschooler's, and I'm like a high schooler skills compared to his.
Do you feel like your confidence is what led you to this victory?
Definitely. Yeah.
Well, I have a few questions for you. A bystander said that he saw you, and I quote, knock the controller out of Andrew's hand. Is that true?
My lawyer, he asked me not to say anything about that, anything regarding that, so if you can, like, avoid asking questions about that.
Understood. My apologies.
Yeah.
So what led you to call Andrew, aka the Wet Dream Nightmare, out in the first place?
You know, I just feel like he's a little, can we cuss? Can we cuss on here?
Our viewers don't really appreciate that kind of language.
I feel like he's a little bitch. Yeah.
They can also spell, so if you could just use them more.
Alright, for PG-13 audiences out there, I feel like he's a little punk, and I feel like he just thinks he's better than everybody, and I just wanted to show him up, you know, he's cool.
I understand.
Yeah.
What do you wish to bring from the last game to this game?
My victory. My victory.
A very to-the-point answer. Well, we have one final question, and it comes from a fan named Miranda Cosgrove. She asks, "You're like the greatest basketball player I know." So, I know the answer will probably be no, but will you go on a date with me? What's your response to that, Jake?
Miranda, as long as you have big tits and nice ass, show a good time.
Well, that concludes our interview this evening with Jacob Cope, aka Jake Nasty. Tune in later for our interview with his opponent, Andrew Hoffman, where he will shed some details on his last game.